fine inventor. What am I for a record keeper? My, don't you smell fresh today? The soap your father invented.
Yes, too bad it cost him 80 cents to make a nickel bar of soap.
He was never much of a businessman. 6 months gone and a life insurance too. We're down to this.
We still got the talker box.
You think anyone would use a thing like that? We could just pick up a telephone and ring the exchange. Besides, I don't think it'd carry much farther than a strong man could shout.
Pop thought it'd really catch on.
He thought that about every gadget and gizmo and gollywompus he ever worked on.
What's a gollywompus?
It's what this stuff would be if we could ever find a way to put it all together.
He didn't leave much behind, did he?
Nothing but this. The rent of this house and laboratory is so long overdue, I'm surprised that Nancy Landlord hasn't thrown us out before now.
That's why we gotta get over with the talker box. Did you ever send it away for a patent application?
I put it out to the mailman just the other day.
Of course, to make a proper application, we'll need someone to draw the plans.
We can't afford to hire anyone.
Frankie would do it for free.
Frankie, again.
I already talked to him about it.
I can't say I have much confidence in that young man.
He was always helping Pop in the lab.
I think he had another reason for coming around this house.
Mother, really? Besides all these things Frankie learned from Pop, he graduated this year from Old Pennsylvania University.
Or as he likes to call it, to your old PU. I guess we got nothing to lose. Go fetch him.
Why don't I just call him?
You think that will carry all the way across the street?
Sure it will. Frankie and I talk all the time.
Do you? What do you talk about?
Things. Frankie, come in, Frankie.
This is Frankie. Who is this?
Who else is a talker box? Can you come over right now? Mother wants to see you.
Just your mother.
Me too.
You'll run into.
He's coming right over.
That was fast.
Greetings, lady.
It's Dom Guttermost.
The one and only.
Thank heavens for that.
I have come for the rent money. Again.
You must be patient.
No, I must be paid. You owe me 5 months' rent, plus interest.
I may owe you rent, but I have no interest in you.
My power to throw you out on the street.
You'd cast us out in the cold.
It's July. It's certainly not much till November.
Your middle name must be cool.
No, it's Alphonse. Which is pretty cruel in itself.
So, your initials are GAG.
Gag.
How appropriate. Because that's what you make me do.
You talk so rough, but so good.
I am good, and you, I fear, are not.
I'll have you singing a different tune soon enough when we're engaged.
Engaged? You're insane.
No, I'm in real estate. I have an eye for good property. I am always on the lookout for new buildings.
If you were to have one of us, then take me. Mother, I won't let him have you, dearest.
And who won't let me have you? Somebody, please!
If you could just give us some more time. My late husband left this invention we hope will bring us wealth beyond our greatest expectations.
An invention, you say?
It's the talker box.
You carry it around without using the telephone.
Is Alexander Graham Bell not on this?
We tried to call him, but he has unlisted number.
We're sure the invention will be a success.
Then sign over the rights to me, and I'll let you stay.
No!
Never in 1,000 years.
You throw my generosity back in my face?
You call that a face?
I doubt if this talker box even works.
Sure it does, just push the button and say Frankie.
That's silly. Why would you have to say Frankie when you push the button?
Mr. Guttermos, I assure you the invention works.
Even if it does, there won't be any money coming in until you get a patent. So, for my own sake, I'll see if I can expedite the visit of Patent Expediter.
Someone from the patent office would come here in person?
How else would an expediter expedite? It just so happens I have friends in Washington.
I wondered where they were.
In the parlor, through there.
I tell you, I am very well known in high places.
Even better in low places.
It's so unlike him to help us. Do you think he has ulterior motives?
All his motives are ulterior.
You distrust Mr. Guttermost?
To the uttermost. We'll see if the patent officer really comes.
That was fast.
Here I am.
Where have you been?
I had to run a letter to the post office for Mom.
You're a good son, Frankie.
Thank you, Mrs. Winston.
So, ready to drop those plans to talker box?
Yep, I'll just have to take this one apart.
Are you sure you can put it back together again?
I can put anything back together. I graduated from dear OPU.
Just be careful.
Good news! The patent office representative's account coming right over.
Who are you?
Just fine. How are you? What are you doing with that talker box?
He's drawing a diagram for the patent application.
Fine, fine. We'll need that.
Who is we?
This is Gustav Guttermost.
Gustav Alphonse Guttermost.
He's our landlord to whom we owe a great deal of money.
But he's willing to make a deal.
Always willing to make a deal.
What sort of deal?
Either a cut in the profits for this invention, or
He wants our intended marriage.
Not if I have anything to say about it.
you don't have anything to say about it.
You're a foul villain, sir.
I do my best.
I should punch you in the nose.
Why?
Me? Well,
Yes, Frankie. Can you tell us?
me? Well, Charmaine, this young woman is my secret love.
Oh, Frankie, you've never told me before.
That's what made it a secret.
Secret of my foot, any fool can see it.
Just go on with your work, young man, if you really know what you're doing.
Frankie graduated summa cum laude.
You mean summa cum lousy? And make it snappy. The patent office representative will be here soon for those plans.
That was fast.
Passion, I haven't seen you in the longest time. Except at the funeral, of course.
Well, running the bank keeps me pretty busy.
But what are you doing here?
I'm thinking about making an investment in the talker box.
How did you hear about it?
Frankie,
I might have mentioned it to him when I passed him by at the post office.
Consider it unmentioned. I'll be handling all business affairs related to this invention.
And who are you?
Just fine.
Mr. Guttermost, this is an old friend of mine, Cashin DeVault, the bank president.
And the man with money to invest. But only if the talker box really works.
Sure, it works. Didn't I say it works?
I'm a businessman, Frankie. I need a demonstration first.
That's fair enough. And we'll show you Frankie was telling you the truth.
Yeah, I'll just have to put this one back together.
It really is the most astounding thing.
I hope it is, Nora.
Okay, Charmaine, you go into the other room and I will call you.
Now we shall see what we shall see. Or hear what we shall hear. Oh, Charmaine, Charmaine.
That's odd. It doesn't seem...
To be working just as I suspected. This is all a foolish tale concocted by these two young people.
It appears, Adora, that I've been wasting my time. Now I have to get back to bank.
Cashin, you don't understand. It really does work.
I just don't get it. I put everything back the same way, except where's the crystal fuse adapter?
The what?
Crystal fuse adapter? Have you seen it anywhere?
Me? I wouldn't even know what it looks like.
Well, it's a good thing I have some spare parts back in my house. I'll just go get it.
Wait!
What for?
Don't you want to say goodbye to your so-called secret love?
We'll communicate on the talker box. We'll show you it works. We'll show everybody.
That boy's got
Oh, yes.
Frankie? Frankie?
I told you to say Frankie that thing.
Where'd everybody go?
They knew he wanted to be alone.
Never. Not as long as the sun revolves around the earth.
Forget the fancy language. Venture didn't work. And the only thing your mother has left to pay me with is you.
Mother would never do such a thing.
Never this and never that. Can't you ever say sometimes or once in a while?
I can only say what's in my heart.
You have a very negative heart.
Are you positive? Besides, I love another.
Another what?
If only Cashin could have seen how the invention really works, then he would have invested and I could have paid you the rent money I owe you.
Oh, I'll still collect. Yes, indeed.
Mother, where did Frankie go?
When I passed him, he said he was going home for something. Said he'd be right back.
That was fast.
Who are you?
My name is Ima Fox. I'm from the patent office. And how do we know that?
She's wearing patent leather.
And I have a card.
I'm a Fox, patent officer. Will that prove beyond a doubt?
I'm Star Gertrude. You'll be doing business with me, not them.
Fine. Where's the invention? Here's one of them. Is it a prototype?
You don't type on it, you talk into it.
She means is it one of a kind. There's one more. You got to have two to make it work. I'll take them both to Washington with me.
Don't you need some plans?
Yes, I plan to take them both to Washington with me. Some plans for how the invention works. No, we have people for that.
Are you sure?
I know my way around Washington. I was a White House intern during the McKinley administration. But Frankie still has to draw plans for the talker box, and needs boxes to do that. Who is Frankie?
Her so-called secret love. No secret anymore.
Has this gentleman been bothering you? He made untoward advances.
How could they be advances if they're untoward? Untoward is backwards, which is a retreat and certainly not an advance.
I suspect you have designs on this young woman.
That's patent nonsense.
He expressed an interest in me as well.
Miss Fox, the only designs I have are to find fame and fortune with these talker boxes.
I'm gonna go call Frankie on the telephone and see what's taking him so long.
Tell him to bring back the other talker box.
And I'm going down to the bank to try to change Cashin's mind. I never told Charmaine, but he used to be sweet to me years ago.
Oh, so you're gonna use your wiles on him.
I haven't used my wiles in a while, but now might be the time.
I don't like the way you were looking at that young woman. It's too much like the way you used to look at me.
Sweetheart, darling, sugar love. You know you'll always be upmost in matter.
As long as I can help you bamboozle some sucker out of his dough.
This invention thing's on the up and up. When it came around the other day, demanding the rent money, I saw a letter that was addressed to the patent office.
How'd you know it was in it?
I snatched it and opened it, of course. What are you gonna do? Turn me in for tampering with the U.S. mail?
You'll find yourself in worse trouble if you tamper with my affections.
Sweetheart, darling,
Sugarloaf.
sugar love. We'll be together always. Who's Miss Fox? Miss Winsome, were you able to contact the elusive Frankie?
He says he's almost got the talker box repaired. Where's Mother?
Pursuing the banker.
I better run and fetch her. Sorry for the delay, Miss Fox. I'll try and hurry.
Real pigeon, that one.
So young. So guileless. So disgusting.
I was like her once. I used to have a handle on life, but it broke off.
Hello? Hello?
What's that?
It's the talker box.
What do I
You press the button and say Frankie.
do? Frankie!
I'm on my way. I can't wait to see you.
Thank you, handsome.
You call me handsome?
What's wrong with that?
I think you're beautiful.
Nothing wrong with that either.
On my way.
You got that boy in lather.
Good to know I haven't lost my touch.
That was that.
I'm looking for Dora. For Mrs. Winston.
She's looking for you too.
I shouldn't have been so precipitous with her. We once had feelings for each other. Long, long ago. And after all, she's a poor widow now.
Do I hear the sound of an old flame flaring up?
Who are you?
I'm a fox.
Mr. DeVault is a banker.
You must be a happy man surrounded by money all day.
Haven't you heard? Money can't buy happiness.
But it makes a pretty good down payment.
You look familiar.
I've been familiar, you'd remember it. You dare say a lot.
As you can tell, the Winstoms aren't here, so there's no need to use it.
You may tell Azura, Mrs. Winston, that if she discovers any more inventions among her late husband, I would be glad to entertain another proposition.
Propositions are always entertaining.
Dead to both.
You're a hopeless flirt.
On the contrary, Sugarloaf, I'm a hopeful flirt.
Nothing you can do can make me jealous.
Jeremy, where's Jeremy?
She went out.
But do come in.
I was just talking to her.
You were talking to me.
You're the one that called me handsome?
She hadn't seen you yet.
Now I have, and I was wrong to say you're handsome. You're very handsome.
Goodness, I've never heard anyone say that before.
Bet you can say a lot of things you've never heard before.
I can attest, she is not a woman of few words. As if any woman is.
I've come from the patent office to take possession of this marvelous new invention.
Oh, and you know it works because I and you and we...
We certainly did.
Frankie,
Jeremy,
what are you doing with her?
it's okay. She's in the patent office.
And now that we've got what we came for, we'll just be going.
But I can stay a little longer if you'd like.
I think you're a woman of easy virtue.
Honey, virtue is never easy.
It's hardly worth the effort. So allow me to start out.
You're not leaving here with those talker boxes.
And who is going to stop us?
Frankie is.
I am? Oh yeah, I am. Give me the...
Certainly. Here's one.
What's going on here?
They're stealing the invention. That's patently absurd. And that bully, that brute, that beast, hit Frankie.
The young man was interfering with a federal officer in the performance of her duties. So I took it upon myself to render him unconscious. And he had very far to go.
You're a bad one to stop Guttermost.
Yes, I am very good at being very bad. Now step out of the way.
No!
Take these as fox while you dig this dead meat from my property.
You let her go! Take that! Beast! How dare you!
What are you doing with that gun?
Deputy Constable, which I became to help fill the long, lonely evenings of bachelorhood. I've lived these many years. I arrest you and your company.
Arrest us?
I knew your face looked familiar. I saw it on the post office wall this very day. You're a bunco crew, a con one, a scheming, conniving, film-flaming villain.
What a sweet talker.
There's also a large price on your head.
Think what they could get for the rest of me. I'll take these.
I protest this treatment. I'm an honest businessman.
You're this woman's partner in crime, and I'm taking you both.
You'll get the reward.
As an officer of the law, I could not accept it. But you could.
Me?
You prevented their escape.
He's right, Mother. You should get the reward.
And then I can pay you the rent money I owe you.
Well, I like that. You get the money from me getting arrested.
One of the very few times I've ever profited from a woman.
But it doesn't seem fair for you not to get a reward.
Perhaps, Adora, if past protections come in a present-day hope, I may have a chance for a different type of reward.
Oh, Cashin.
What do you know? He is a sweet talker.
What happened?
Frankie, are you all right?
I think I am.
That would be an improvement.
Oh, you will. Both of you.
I'm going to sue the post office.
And I'm going to sue this audacious deputy. I'll see you in court, sir.
Not before I see you behind bars.
Cashin, do you think you might be dropping by again sometime?
You can bet on.
I guess it's back to the drawing board. You don't know what we're talking about.
And contact the real head officer.
I've been thinking about that name. Patent office. Talker box. Talker box. Isn't it something catchy we can call it? Something that tells people what it does?
Let's see. You talk on it when you're out someplace, out a telephone.
Like when you're walking around.
How about calling it a talker walker?
That doesn't sound quite right.
Mothers can use it when they're taking their little kitties out for their little walk.
How about calling it a talkie walk?
Perfect. You're a genius.
It doesn't all take over my late husband's laboratory.
You mean it, Mrs. Winslow?
I'll go get the papers before I change my mind.
Isn't this wonderful, Frankie?
Charmaine? Hello? Come in, Charmaine.
Yes?